Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Please welcome back June, Mouth of the South. I love the new name you came up with. That is so
Well,
cool.
that's in well, they used to call me the mouth of the South in Disney because I knew where everything was. I knew what band was going to play where, and I knew how to get there, and I knew the ins and outs. And so they used to call me the mouth of the South back then. But then I've been going back and forth, I thought Tarot Queen was a bit arrogant. And so I was like, maybe I should just go back to being mouth of the South. And then
I
Ted
love it.
Turner,
Everybody I know of that's seen it says, I like her new name. I'm like,
Ted
yeah.
Turner passed, and he was known as the mouth of the South. So I thought, okay, I'll
Okay,
carry on
now's
the
the time.
tradition.
Let's do it.
Yeah, now's the time.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We got started a few minutes late because I was trying to order flea medication for the cats, and the website was going slow. And so while June sat there waiting, and I'm like on the other screen trying to get it ordered so they can deliver it and it'll get here early enough to hopefully help take care of the cats have both got fleas. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't need fleas in the house.
Oh,
And so welcome
especially if
to
you have a
everybody
carpet.
who's here. I know uh let's scroll up to the top here and see who all showed up. Um, Dibs is here. He was first in line today.
Yeah.
And somebody named
And
June W was
Jackie's
here.
there.
I don't know. And Rose Blue and Gina and 357 Beagle and Violet Strange is here. And thank you for the birthday gift, Violet. And uh, I know I
Eleanor's
saw
here.
some other people. Scott is here. Jackie's here. Eleanor's here. Um,
Rose Blue. Rose
Rose
Blue.
Bloom is here. And oh, Rose snuck in the back door. I didn't see her here. Uh, and
Slipped in the back, Jack.
y'all, pardon me. My
Hi,
allergies decided to
Glorious.
kick in, and now
Todd.
my sinuses are draining and it's making me cough. Uh, let's see. Get down. Mary's here. Bunny. That's a new name. Welcome. Uh, Bunny is here, and Jackie Jacaranda, or JJ as she's become known, since we have
JJ.
another Jackie in the group. So hopefully she doesn't mind it. And Todd's here, and let's see,
Mary. Maybe.
Eleanor,
Marby.
Gloria,
I don't know who that is.
Christina. It's ordered. It should be here in a few hours.
Okay.
And
And
Eleanor was asking what kind of stuff did you get? I think
I'm sorry, what?
Eleanor was asking what kind of cat stuff, flea medicine did you get?
Oh, I'm getting the pill form. They won't
Of
leave a collar on them. We tried the collar. They pull them off and hide them. I don't know. We can never find them. Uh, and so we just ordered. We've used the
Hi,
pill form
Nicody.
before, and they work pretty good, pretty fast. Hey, Marby, Kara, and Nicody. Oh, that's a new name too. These must be some of
Uh,
your folks
Nic-
showing up.
yeah, Nicody is on my channel, and
And
Eleanor, of course, and Gina, and
welcome,
Glorious.
welcome,
So
welcome, everybody.
I
So
hope you guys like Voices from the Swamp. I do. She does a daily affirmation kind of
thank you,
lunch
man.
break thing, which is really kind of cool.
I
Just a
usually
break
bust
for the
those
day.
out on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. I sit down and I do the whole week's worth, so I don't have to think about it again. Because there's no way I could do it daily. Daily. I mean,
Oh, I
maybe if
know
I
that
didn't
feeling.
work 10 hours a day at
I
a regular
try.
job, I could, but there's no way with my work schedule.
Oh shoot, I
Um,
don't even think I put a tarot card of the day on today. I forgot
uh,
about that. Hmm.
yeah,
See, I miss too.
it's
I try to
easy. I
do it when I
do
get up, but I hit the
when
floor
I'm
running
at
as
work.
normal.
I do a daily tarot reading lunch break musings, I call it. where I do a simple 6 card draw and just general question if somebody has a question, or I just do like a general check on the temperature of the political sphere, what's kind of just floating in the air. And I do that every day on my lunch break. The only time I don't do it is when I'm not at work because I don't get a lunch break when I'm at home. Or if I do, I'm usually like eating with one hand and cleaning with the other. So
Right.
um,
I know that feeling.
where I'm online is like I've been on since 10 a.m. So I'm heading into hour 3 now, or hour 2, I should say.
Somebody just asked if the
Yeah.
chat is on slow chat. I don't know what that means. And
Uh,
Cody.
oh, it's on. I didn't know I'd set it to be on slow chat. I don't know if I can change it once it's already going.
I don't know what slow
Let,
chat
let,
even
let me
means.
see. Well, usually what it is you can set a delay on the chat. So, like if somebody puts something into the chat, then they can't put something else in until
A few
however
minutes
long
later.
you tell them. You can make it like up to a minute long, up to 30 seconds long. I don't even have slow mode on. So y'all should be good. It may just be
A delay in the
a
internet or
delay,
something.
because I don't have. I was like, I don't remember putting it because you have to click the box in the YouTube thing to make it do slow chat. So you could tell it like they can only post every 30 seconds or every 60 seconds, or some of the bigger channels have it where you can only post like every 5 minutes, something along those lines, because there's so many people posting, it's hard to keep up with
Oh
the
yeah.
chat going.
That's why
And
I have Gina and Eleanor as monitors on my channel, and I have them keep me straight because I hate to miss anybody's question that they may or may not have. But
right.
I'm like, y'all keep me straight. Who's next?
Yeah. No, Rose,
Because
I'm good on the chicken soup, baby. I've got 5 boxes of chicken soup in my pantry, um, which makes 10 pots of chicken soup because there's 2 packs in each box. Uh, it's just I was running in and out. We were trying to get some stuff done between me finishing up my deep dive with Nath and getting on here for June, and I was running in and out trying to deal with some stuff and then trying to order some flea medicine for the cats. And it made my sinuses just kick in and start going nuts. And because I
and you
was
guys are
running
probably
in and
hearing
out.
Kevin snoring in the background. He's
There
snoring.
you go. I got one
He
cat
is
over
out
here
like a
that
light.
we have a lizard, a gecko in a
Oh,
terrarium, and the top part is a screen.
uh-huh.
And both the cats love to lay on the screen and just have staring contest with them. It's like you're not going to win. It's a lizard. He'll outstare you. There are times because it's like right here on the other side of my curtain that's right here off of my arm, but there's a crack in the curtain there. And so there's one corner of the case that I see. And there have been times at night when I've been online doing something or just watching something, and I'll get this feeling like somebody's looking at me, and I'll look over and there's that damn lizard, and he's just staring at me through the terrarium glass. And I'm like, okay, you're freaking me out now.
It's like if I could get out of here,
Yeah, and he's little
I would
bitty. He's like this
climb up on
big,
your shoulder,
He's a little
give you a
tiny
lick.
thing. So it's not like he's one of the big ones. Um, but he's pretty cool. He started getting to where though he bites, and
Oh,
he'll like when my brother goes to feed him,
hmm.
and he has to kind of pick him up and hold him, get him out of the way so he can fill the bowls and whatnot. And he'll latch onto your finger, and those little teeth, man. You can do it like this. He's not going anywhere. He's hanging on. Uh,
Say, hey,
he's
hey,
some
hey, I
sharp
want to
little
bite.
teeth.
Oh man,
And
get
so, I
bit
mean,
by a
I used to
gerbil
would
one time.
reach in and pet him and stuff when we first got him, and he was cool with that. And then he started his biting stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're on your own. I'm not petting you anymore. And but the cats love to sit on top of the screen above them, and have staring contests with them. They crack
That's
me
funny.
up. Uh, Very good. Yeah, I'm coughing because my sinuses are literally, that's why I got a tissue. I could feel it coming out my nose. My sinuses are literally running. If I cut sound and picture in a minute, it means I'm blowing my nose. Um,
I probably need to get up and refresh my
uh,
drink, but I don't
we're
know.
going to do whatever kind of
Questions?
questions you want us to do. You can put in a political question, you can put in a personal question. Don't do medical, don't do legal, for the simple fact that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a lawyer. Therefore,
Me either.
if you have a question like that, seek a professional, not a
If you want to
psychic.
know something
Um,
about Disney, I could tell you that.
yeah, I mean, I can give you a general like overview of if something feels good or bad going into it, and that's about the extent I can do. Um, but yeah, I've got massive drainage down my throat and out my nose. And a big thank you to everyone who sent me birthday gifts this week. Oh my God, you guys are just too kind. I got,
I hope you
you
liked
know,
my Grace Kelly impersonating Marilyn Monroe
oh,
song.
that was fantastic. Everybody was commenting on that. Um, that was a complete surprise. Sabrina threw a surprise birthday for me on Tuesday night, which normally nobody can actually do a surprise party on me. I always find out
I do
ahead of time.
too.
And it's like, y'all can't surprise me with this stuff. And she pulled it off. I mean,
Yeah.
she pulled it off brilliantly. I was floored when I realized what she was doing. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually got that by me. And so we had a lot of fun. That was Tuesday night. And then Wednesday was my birthday, and I took the day off. And uh, uh, we wound up having to take the little dog in to go and have him put down. And because the vet had said that it was just, there was no amount of money that was going to make him feel any better. And at this
It was
stage,
time. It was just time.
it was more
So
loving to put him out of his pain and misery than it was to drag it out. So that's what we did on my birthday.
uh
We went and brought
looks like
the,
Dibs has a question on
okay,
the 14th is coming up quick. Will the
yeah, there's
rally
no,
have any
it's the current
disruptions?
occupant's birthday, and it's no King's Day. That's the next no King's Day
It's
rally.
also National
It's also
Obama
Flag Day.
Appreciation Day.
It's National what?
Obama Appreciation Day.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that one. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Plus,
Yeah.
it's Flag Day.
Huh?
So, plus it's Flag Day for the
Yeah.
U.S. flag. So,
All kinds
all
of things
kinds of stuff
happening
is
that
happening
day. We
on the
got all
14th.
kinds of stuff to do.
Um,
So he wants,
so
Dib wants to know if there's any disruptions.
disruptions. Yeah, I've got them start. I want to make sure I haven't missed anybody else. If somebody put a question
I didn't
in
see anything, but
earlier, I don't remember seeing them, but I like to kind of double check myself
yep,
just to make
I
sure.
got you. I feel you.
Um, so, June, real quick before we start throwing cards on people, let everybody know what you're up to, what you got coming up, what's happening. Uh, I always hear from Jesus Christ Superstar. What's the scoop? Tell me what's happening. It's sung like at the end of the movie. Uh, I think it's Judas Iscariot is the one that's singing it, but it's like into a it it goes from being in the days of Jesus to being into this flashy all out stage show with dancers and whatnot. And it's just the song, What's That Buzz? Tell me what's happening. Uh, I don't know, something like that. And it leads into the song Jesus Christ Superstar. And
Right.
it kind of goes this back and forth bit. And every time I say, tell me what's happening, that song starts running through my brain.
Well, the progress on my house is going very, very well, I guess. Slow but sure. Um, which I can't wait to get back in my tarot room and be comfortable, and Kevin be comfortable where he is or whatever. But, it's slow. Progress is slow, sometimes, especially in construction. But let's see, what do I have going on? Of course, the daily tarot I do, and then I do a Zodiac Sunday, which will be this Sunday, and I go through all the zodiac signs and tell you what's coming on or could possibly come up during the week for you. And that's on Sunday, and I normally record that, so it's not a live or anything. And I usually do a Saturday live with June, and I would love to have you on my Saturday live, which would be awesome. But it's usually right before your set or after your Saturday live. So it's usually about 3 p.m. my time, which would be 2 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
So,
Right
yeah.
now, June and July are kind of up in the air because we're waiting on final approval if we're going to get the house.
You're
And
going to
if
get the
so,
house.
when we start moving. And so I haven't really scheduled a lot of stuff for June and July because I don't know what the moving schedule is going to be.
Right.
And so I would rather not schedule something than to have to cancel and reschedule stuff because it screws up everybody's
I understand that.
stuff.
And, moving
Now,
is hard
we
and
will
stressful as
have
it
on
is.
the 20th of June, Nath is it'll be on my channel, but Nath is sponsoring a fundraiser for us to have enough money to make the move and be able to handle all the expenses that come with moving.
I just pulled this card about your moving. You're going to get this place. It's the Emperor. And this is a deck that Eleanor had gifted me, and it's called Anise Nature Tarot. And this is an eagle. It's not a bald eagle, but it's an eagle. And it's telling me that, you are going to get, you and your sons will get that place and your animals, and you guys are going to be so happy there. You're never going to move back to an apartment.
Good. Yeah, I would prefer not to. I mean, you're like the sixth or seventh person that's told me that this is the place, everything's going, stop worrying.
You're going to love it. Yeah.
And,
Worry's like a rocking chair. Keeps you busy, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Exactly. And so I'm trying to not obsess about it. I did on, what was it, 2 months ago when we had that super duper new moon where all the planets were lined up, and it was supposed to be like a super powerful new moon. And it was before we even knew that we were going to have to move out of our current place. I had done a new moon manifestation ritual where I call in the 4 elements and the 4 directions and all that. And then for what I'm manifesting, I bought these bay leaves that are like great big giant bay leaves, and I write on the bay leaf what I'm asking for, what I want to manifest, and then I do my ritual, and then I burn them. And so one of the things that I did was I had asked for, would we find a better place to live that would fit all of us? Because there's 4 of us in a 3-bedroom.
Right.
And it was like 2 weeks later, we got the message from the main office that we had to move out by the end of the 31st because they're renovating our building. And they originally had offered us another 3-bedroom to move into. And then before we could all get together and say yay or nay what we're going to do, and went to go over to the office to get more information and to make a final decision, and they'd already rented the apartment out from under us. So they no longer had a compatible apartment. And so they were offering to put us in a 2 bedroom. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. And so, and then we found out how much the rent was going to go up in our 3 bedroom after they finished the renovation. Because, we had the option of moving back into this
You're
apartment
right.
once they finished. And it was going to be like a $400 rent jump. And, I'm,
The greed of people was
and,
driving me
we were
crazy.
all, I was like, all I kept thinking about is even renovated, this place is not worth $400 more per month than what I'm paying right now. I'm already paying 1,400 a month, So um, we decided to start house hunting, and I guess it was the second or third day of just looking online through some of the stuff that my brother located the house that we think we're going to get. Um,
Yeah.
and he located the house, and he went and met the guy, did a walkthrough, and came back, and he was all
All
buzzed up
about
about it. Like,
it.
I think this is it. I think
Did he
this is
bring you
it.
pictures?
And so a week ago Friday, he made arrangements after I got off work for us to go back over there, meet with the guy, and let me do a walkthrough of the house and any questions I might have. And it is a lovely house. It's an older brick home. It was built like back in the 60s, and it's solid as a rock.
Good bones, good
Huge
bones.
yard, a huge yard. I've
Well,
had
hope we
several
got a
people tell
lawnmower.
me, "Oh yeah, I see you partying in the backyard." I'm like, "That works for me."
That'll be
Um,
fun.
but so it's got a huge backyard. It's got a double car carport, so we can get both vehicles under the cover. Um, it's like I said, it's 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. All of the appliances are included, along with a washer and dryer in the unit.
Wow. Wow.
And that you just don't find in houses. Usually you get
No,
everything, but
you
you
have
gotta
to buy
supply
your
your
own
own appliance.
refrigerator. They usually have a
Yeah,
stove,
but
but
they've got
you have
all
to
the
buy your own.
appliances are in it and everything. And the fourth bedroom is actually a bonus room that had been built on later on.
Mhm.
And so it's like kind of like on the other side of the house off by itself. And it's this long rectangular room. And as we started walking through, my brother and my nephew were both like, "Yeah, we figured you'd take this room because you can split it and do a studio and a bedroom. And you'll be back here. You can shut the door. Nobody can bother you. We don't hear you." And I'm like, Yeah, I can do that." So I'm just so excited about having a room of my own with a door that I can shut.
I'm
For those of
excited
you
for
that
you.
don't know,
I'm super
I've
excited for
been
you.
living in the living room for almost 15 years now.
Oh my
So
goodness.
my room has been the living room with curtains around me for privacy, which is nice. Yes, they provide privacy, but not soundproofing. So it can get really irritating, when you're in the middle
I
of
know
doing
you guys could
something.
probably, if you're quiet, you could probably hear Kevin snoring. I mean, I am in
Yeah,
the dining room of my daughter's house, and I mean, I have a room in back there, but it's so small that, having my clothes with no dresser,
right.
what are
If
you
you
gonna
could see
do?
behind my screen, you would see just crap piled everywhere because I have nowhere to put it. And
Right.
so
I
it's like it'll
understand,
be
trust
so
me.
nice to move into a space where I actually have room for everything, and I can set up an
You
area to do
do,
my
and put your
readings and have
stuff
my stuff
where you
out.
want to.
And yeah,
I get you. I feel you.
and so
I
I'm
do.
I'm
I can't
really
wait to get
excited
home
about it.
too. I can't wait. I have screens at the house. I have two actually. And
And when you pull that card, and I was going to say, eagles are one of my spirit animals. When
oh,
we first moved
nice.
into the apartment we're currently in, it'll be five
Hi,
years in
Vienna.
August that we moved in here. We'd been here about a month, I guess, and I was sitting on the patio one day, and suddenly out of my peripheral vision, I saw something go whoosh right by me. And I was like, what was that? I'm like looking around, and I stood up and start looking around because I couldn't figure out what that whoosh was.
Whoosh.
And I noticed two huge eagles flying over the parking lot area. I didn't
Wow.
even know we had eagles in Louisiana. And we got a mate and two of them, an eagle and his mate, and they fly through here all the time. For a couple of months, I tried to get a picture or a video of them. The minute I would pull out the phone to record them, they would shoot straight up to where I couldn't see
Ah,
them anymore. I
wow.
was like, it took a couple of times before I realized, oh, I'm not meant to record you. Okay, I get it.
Mm.
And anytime I've been upset about anything or troubled about anything, my go-to is I have to go outside. That's how I get
I do
recharged.
stick therapy.
And yeah, and I go sit on the patio, and within minutes, my eagles are there, just kind of
Oh,
flying back and forth. And I had uh, Danny Shea, who's also my shaman teacher that I've
I
been learning
watched that. I
shamanism
watched
from.
him.
He was like, "Well, they're your spirit animals," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of cool." Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So,
Mine
um,
are bats. Bats.
oh, that's not bad. Oh,
I love bats and they love me. They get in my hair. They there was one time my daughter I've seen some crazy things in my life, but my daughter and I were walking out across the parking lot when we lived in downtown area where, above my shop. Um, we were walking to the car and a wolf bat. I mean, they're huge. I don't know if anybody has ever seen a wolf bat, but they're huge. And it come flying over and it just brushed my shoulder. And I didn't even think we had wolf bats here in
yeah,
in
it's
in
freaky when
this
you find out
United States.
there's
And I
something
think it was
here.
somebody's pet. And he just
Could be.
brushed my shoulder like, hey girl. And went on. I
Well,
was
and
like, holy shit.
where we currently are at now, when we had to move from our old apartment, and this was the place that spirit kept telling me, no, no, you're going to move here. You're going to move here. And
Mhm.
everything, against all odds, everything worked out. And we got a downstairs apartment, the largest size that they offered, which was a 3 bedroom. And we got moved in, and so it felt right. It was like, this is where we're supposed to be. And I've loved being here. um but now it's time for the next
To move
step.
on.
And so we found this house to lease, and it's going to be cheaper than what the new rent's going to be for the apartment. It's like double the size with a yard. And so we
Bonus.
were like, it's this is, I mean, we all four of us just love the place. And it's,
Good.
when I was able to walk through, and the energy in the house was so positive. And it was just, I was humming. My vibes were just humming walking through, like somebody was plucking the right strings as I walked through. It was like,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
You're meant to be there.
that's it.
You're meant to be
Yeah.
there. Yay. That's
So,
exciting.
and the guy has really uh, bent over backwards trying to help us with the paperwork, because we were having issues with now they do background checks and all this kind of stuff. And we were having trouble with the company that he works with. Stuff wasn't
And you
going.
guys are renting, right? You're not buying
Yeah,
this
we're
place.
just renting. We're just
Yeah.
leasing the house. So,
I think that
um,
somebody got the wrong
yeah,
impression. They
somebody
thought you
thought I
were
was buying.
buying a
I got a
home.
lot of people think I'm buying it. I wish I could buy it, but I don't have the credit for that or the money for a
Yeah.
down payment.
I understand
It's going to
that.
be a stretch
Trust
just to
me.
get moved because of all the deposits and everything. And our lease on the apartment we're in now doesn't end until July 31st. And they're not wanting to let us out of that lease a month early.
Ah,
And
ah.
so, even though we're having to move because of them, not because of us, and so the guy with the house was willing to wait a month for us to come move in July. So that was a biggie, because most people, they're ready to rent like right now,
Right
you know,
now. Right. Yeah.
and he's willing to wait the month until July.
Mhm.
And so that at least would give us time to make the move and do everything and not kill ourselves in the process. And
Right.
because none of us are physically able to do like a
Just pick
weekend
up.
move. That just like,
I
yeah, that's
got
not
you.
going to happen. And
My
so,
younger day, we moved my sister in 4 hours.
oh yeah,
Let's
there was a time when it would have been get me a truck and let's get rolling, and I've
let's go.
done
I
it in
moved
a
eight
couple of
times
hours.
in 1 year one time.
But yeah, I mean, so we're really excited about it. We feel really good about it. Like I said, the guy is just, he's a younger guy, like mid to late 30s. He's got three little kids, and, uh,
Oh.
he and his wife, they, do their thing. And this was just, he started buying a couple of homes here and there when he could for rental properties.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only one he has left. He's sold off all the others.
Oh,
And so we were like, he was like, but I'm not getting rid of this one. He said, so you don't have to worry about me selling it out from under you. He's like, we're keeping this one. And so we're like, yeah, that's good. It's in an older, more established neighborhood. So, the trees and stuff are grown and it doesn't flood like the newer subdivisions do. And so we're really, we feel like it's right. And uh, I actually have had several other readers that when they found out about it, they instantly said, "Let me read on it," and did reading for me on it. And everybody's pretty much come back with the same readings, and so that makes me really happy. So,
good.
Nathan and I were talking a couple of weeks ago when this first started coming about. I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with like double rent for the month of July and all this
Mm.
and this and that." And he's like, "Well, let's do a fundraiser. We can do a GoFundMe and do a show, and we can raise money, and that way you don't have to worry about being stressed on cash." And I'm like, "Okay." So we were,
GoFundMe though,
let's
they
go
take
late
so much.
getting
When
to you
Kevin and I
today.
when
Yeah,
Kevin and I first had that accident, I did a GoFundMe. Now, but GoFundMe takes a percentage. So if you could do a fundraiser on your own channel, like sell some t-shirts, do some, stuff on your own channel, that would be
yeah.
better, I think. I think,
Well,
but
we're
I don't
gonna,
know.
I'm gonna use my PayPal or my Venmo. People can send money either way.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a show on the 20th. We're gonna do like probably a 5 or 6 hour show, so people can come in and out and whatnot. And
like a
and if
telethon,
people,
a Sherry
yeah, like a
telethon.
telethon, yeah. But not as long. I can't last that long. Um, uh,
Maybe we
and
all need to do it like how they showed the people answering the phones and all of us on the channel, and then we
there
just
you go. Yeah,
put
everybody,
your Venmo up there. And
so yeah, we're just, we're beginning stages of it. We set the date for the 20th of June, and we'll probably start in the morning and then run until late afternoon because Nate's in Portugal, so his time
what is the
difference is
20th of June?
lot more, than just here in the States.
Thank you, Gina.
And
She put your Venmo
oh,
up.
thank you, Gina. And
We
so
also had, there's also
he's doing the
Zilly.
GoFundMe. I don't have anything to do with it. Nate's taking care of that. And we're just gonna go play it by ear and go from there and try to have fun with it and invite people to come on and
I'll be
just
on. I'll do it.
there we go. See, I
There we
already
go.
got
I'll
somebody
do
else
it.
now already. So
I'll
um,
promote, yeah. And there's also it's free. It's called Zelle, Zelle, and it will allow people to transfer to your bank account, right to your bank account. It'll
yeah,
go right to your bank
like
account. So
Dib says I should make slumber party signed T-shirts.
like bacon.
Yeah,
I like bacon. Bacon. Mm.
yeah, I love those commercials. Um, So thank y'all for posting and stuff. I appreciate it. And so I'm not saying all this because I'm trying to get people to send money. I know how tight things are. Trust me.
They
I
are. They are very tight
um
for everybody. Not,
and
I
for
mean,
everybody. And it's like I
I
don't
wonder
expect
why.
anybody to send big gobs of money. If you got $5 that you can spare, okay. Um, that's
It'll
usually
work.
what I do when I give the stuff. It's like I don't have a lot of money, but I can send you $5. I got that
Yeah,
much,
I
So
got that much. I can
and I
send $5. I
figure
can.
enough $5, it adds up. So
It does.
and it's
It
basically
does.
just to cover all the expenses of moving. And
There
and
are a
that way
lot of them.
enough, then maybe I can hire a cleaning service to come into the old apartment and just do a complete clean, after we're done. And so hopefully I'll get my deposits back from this place, um, which I doubt because we've been here for so long that they're going to be doing a lot of well they're renovating anyway. So um, but we'll post more. We gotta work on this stuff, and I'll post
Well,
about it when we get things uh,
going.
when we
Uh,
get things going and figure out what we're doing and how. I've never really.
I do want to say that Kevin had this beautiful saying, and I used to make buttons. So he gave me the saying, and it said, "Believe in yourself even when no one else does." Sasquatch. That would be
Yeah,
a good T-shirt. I have a T-shirt, a couple like that. But
there you go. There you go.
so I
Yeah.
can figure
So
out something.
yeah, so it's like we're figuring it out. We gave ourselves a couple of weeks to kind of put it together, and we'll be calling and texting each other and going from there. And I'll just send out a general invite to anybody and everybody. If they want to come on screen for a few minutes, they're welcome to come on screen and do
Now, I don't know
reading
how to get
and
on. I don't know how to
questions.
get people on from the chat. I mean, I guess Sabrina knows how to do that, but I don't. And
uh what do you mean get people on from the chat?
like, she told me to get into the chat and not be behind stage. And so I don't know how you get people on from the chat. I've been trying to play with that for a
Okay,
while now,
from StreamYard, in
and that's what
order
I have.
to in if it's not your channel, your StreamYard, if it's somebody else, the only way that you can go in and pop things up on the chat and off again and whatnot is if the person whose channel it is has StreamYard admin permissions, and then they can add someone to be an admin, and that other person can come on and then they can do the starring and moving of the questions back and forth and whatnot. They pretty much can do everything that the owner of the channel can do. They can
I
even
do have a paid yard stream. I pay it.
right. So you should have access to that, and that's something we can always sit down and go through one afternoon to
Oh,
walk
sure.
you through it. It's not that
Okay.
hard. I mean,
Thanks.
uh,
I need all the help I can get.
I've been doing it for 5 years now, so I've learned a lot of their tricks. But every time I turn around, they add something new, and it feels like I'm starting all over from scratch again. So,
Ugh, I hate that.
and
I like
of
the
course,
seashells in
within
the
the
background.
community, we all like as soon as somebody figures something out, then it's like we spread the word and tell everybody else, oh, if this happens, you can do this, you can do that, and it'll fix this, and it'll go that. And so all try to help each other out as we figure things out. Uh, and
Which
that's
is
a
good
lot
for
of it
folks
comes
like
with
me.
experience. Yeah, a lot of it just comes with experience. The more you do it, the more you're in there, the more you're low. I probably would know a lot more if I had more time to spend, but
Oh, yeah.
because I
Time.
still work 10 hours a day, yeah, I've got a basic understanding of how everything works, and that's about it. And then somebody will do something, and I'll be like, "How did you do that?" And then they'll walk me
Mhm.
through it. Oh, okay, because they figured it out because I didn't have time to figure it out. So, anyway, so that's what's coming up for me. And I've been yakking for way too long. Um, Lots of
Well, you
stuff.
got a lot going on, so you know
And
it's okay.
just and Jackie's here. Yay.
Hey, Jackie
And
B. I've been meaning to get to her channel, and I have just not had the time to. I hit the floor running every day, it seems like, and so um, I've been wanting to get to uh, her channel, and my channel isn't even
Jackie, you
monetized
got a
yet.
new person to invite on your channel to do readings. Call June.
Yes,
I'll give
Jackie.
you the
Yes.
email. And
Yeah, I'm not even monetized
so
yet. I don't know what it takes to get
you have
monetized,
to
but I
have
am not it. I'm
you have
not
to have
there.
so many subscribers, and I don't remember what the count is anymore. You have to have so many watch hours, which the more you
I
put
think I
out,
have the
the more
subscribers. I
people
just don't
watch,
have
and the
the
more they
watchtowers.
watch, the more watch hours you get. You have to, there's like three or four things you have to meet a certain minimum. And then once you meet that, they will send you a notice to say that you're now invited to monetize. And then you just follow the instructions and go in and do it.
I'm not there yet. I haven't got
Yeah,
no
it's
notice.
frustrating in the beginning until you get it grown up enough to actually do something. So it just takes time. I got I got demonetized for like 6 months a
Oh
couple of years
my.
back, because they said I was posting unoriginal content. It was back when they first started doing uh, where you could have more than one person streaming the show at the
Uh-huh.
same time,
Uh-huh.
and YouTube hadn't figured out how to make money off of that yet, and so they started popping people for it for not posting original content. And I was like, but it's a live stream. How is it not original? It took me a while to figure out what they meant. And then after a while, I got contacted and yeah, you can reapply now. And I did. And that's when I turned off the simulcasting and I quit doing
Oh,
it because it was like, yeah, I don't want anybody else to get in trouble for simulcasting, but it's it's not really an issue anymore because they figured out how to work
make
the
money off of
analytics
it.
out in it. So I just don't do it because I got used to not doing it. And now when I do a live stream with anybody, usually within 24 hours, they will send me a collaborator link that I can share. And then the person that was on with me gets that link and they can post it on their channel. And it's just a delay. It's like a 24-hour delay. Sometimes it doesn't take that long, but usually
I
it's within.
haven't been able to I haven't been getting the link. I didn't get the last link when we were on live together, and I never did get it. Maybe because I'm monetized, maybe.
No, that shouldn't affect you.
Hmm,
I'll have
I
to
never
find
did get
out.
it.
I'll have to find out why that happened. Well, make sure you remind me like tomorrow afternoon
Hmm.
to double check
Okay.
when they send me the okay that you can go in. Yeah, now I use the collab link. If it's it's just a 24-hour delay for whoever your guest is for them to post on their channel.
Right.
Um, and you can it's like I've done it a few times. I've done simulcasting if it's been like a special event where there's more than one person, kind of we're all co-hosting together, and
Hmm.
then I've let it happen. But it's like I told people, if you get popped, don't blame me. I'm telling you right now. So so let's see. We do have a few questions, and I'm gonna quit running my mouth. Um,
I'm just playing with my cards.
yeah, it's I get going sometimes, and I don't shut up. Um,
Me too.
will the
That's one of
rally?
the things we have in common.
Yeah, we both, diarrhea of the mouth, as my mother used to say. Get started and you can't stop.
Mouth of
Okay,
the South. What do you want?
Well, and I'm another Southerner. We love to talk. So, uh, 14th is coming up quick. Will the rally have any disruptions?
Ooh, I just had a fly out.
I
I
don't
believe
feel
it.
like it's going to have any major
I say
disruptions,
yes.
but you know
I
there's
got
going to
the
be
star.
some.
I got the star straight
Oh,
up with a snow owl. And, owls are forever wise. But yes, I do believe it will have some disruptions. I do believe that, with everything going on, there's going to be the No Kings protest. That's going to disrupt him. It's going to make Donald's hair curl. And, then you have what some people are calling National Obama Appreciation Day and Flag Day.
I love that.
So let's see what kind of flags get thrown up there at the White House fight. It might be a real fight. I don't know. Uh, Normally, those things are at least wrestling used to be fake. I guess I don't know about the FUC. I don't watch fighting because it's disturbing to
Yeah, that's
me.
like isn't that like
Yeah,
the wrestling stuff or something like that?
yeah. I'm not into it, but I guess some people are. But Kid Rock maybe. He needs to be in it. If you ask me, he needs to be in the
I
ring.
know
Me and him. Let's go.
my brother used to watch it when he was like just starting high school, and I remember my husband said something to him one day about, well, if you want to wrestle, watch real wrestling. Don't watch this fake crap because
Go
it's
outside and wrestle.
and
It's also Pride
my
Month.
brother wound up like when he was in college, he was on the wrestling. He did wrestling and stuff, and then he got into judo, which is the martial arts form of
Right,
wrestling. And
right.
from there, he has a black belt in judo, taekwondo, and tai,
Hello,
judo,
Georgia.
taekwondo, and another one, and I can't think of what it is. Jiu-jitsu.
You just,
And
yeah.
so, and he ran a dojo. He had his own dojo for several years,
Wow,
but
that's
then
cool.
his hips and his knees went out, and he had to kind of give it up. He couldn't do it anymore.
This is
Um,
also Pride Month, and it's also there's Juneteenth, which is that where
the
that
19th,
they
yeah,
burn the um little black stock market down. So I mean that's just crazy. There's all kinds of things happening this month, and you know what? I think Mr. I want to leave a legacy behind. You're going to leave a legacy, all right, a bad one. But anyway, I think that there's going to be a lot of disruptions. Hence that star card I just pulled with the snowy owl, white snow owl. So,
yeah. Um, so there's all kinds of stuff happening in June that's going to have them up in arms. Um,
yeah,
so
he'll have curly hair by the time it's done. By the time June's over, he will have
okay,
curly hair.
so I drew a few cards on it. So where they are now, right now, as far as the rally goes, they got the Three of Wands. That means they're prepping for stuff. They're lining everything up. They're getting all their ducks in a row, getting ready to go. Um, and then their next step is the Four of Swords, which that's, of course, talking about getting rest, um, learning to relax. So
He'll probably sleep a little bit
a
here
lot
in
of
the
them are
pipe.
probably going to be trying to get as much rest and relaxation between now and the 14th as possible so that they're strong and ready to go on the 14th. Um, and then the obstacle I got was the Page of Pentacles.
Ooh,
And
organization.
yeah, that can kind of hit them with that, with manifesting financial opportunities for it. Uh, some of the diligence with it. So they may run into a few hiccups along the way. And that's kind of to be expected when you think a million plus people are going to show up for a rally, there's going
I
to be
I did
hiccups.
hear a rumor about some Gay Pride Month people buying some tickets, and they're going to show up with full glitter, full colors, full flair, if you will, and show up and make them a little uncomfortable.
We could have a drag queen parade,
Right.
you know?
Right around
Um,
the arena there. How fun would
exactly.
that be?
Okay, then we got their strengths and their resources is the Queen of Wands. And so that's all about courage, confidence, independence. A lot of divine feminine energy going on there. That's something he's not going to be able to fight against. And the potential outcome I got was strength.
Ooh.
They're going to be the ones that walk away with the strength in their favor. And that's really important. So thank you, Mr. Dibbs, for that wonderful question. That was a really good one.
Mhm. But there will be
All right.
disruptions. I hope that they don't have too much strength from those disruptions because he's already made a mess of the White House. I mean, when you put pictures what it used to look like and pictures what it looks like now, I mean, it looks like a junkyard at the moment. I mean, it really does. So I, and that's the people's house. It's not his house. It's not his yard to tear up, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, it's like you building on to the rent to the house that you're going to rent. It's not yours to do that unless you
Yeah.
have permission to do it. And he didn't have permission. He did it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't even ask permission. He did it
yeah.
first and then proceeded to say, well, yeah, we were going to file the paperwork. Well, yeah, you don't do that before. You do that. You don't
He
do
was
that
like,
after
I'm
you've
going to
done it.
do it and beg for forgiveness later. No,
Right.
no.
I mean, and he scheduled when he tore down the East Wing, he scheduled for it to happen at the end of the day on a Friday for the bulldozers and stuff to come in. So it's like it was at the end of the day. Most of the people were gone. Most of the reporters were gone because nothing seemed to be happening. And if it hadn't been for federal workers across the street who heard the noise and looked out their windows and saw it and started filming it and posting it live on social media, there's no telling what they excuse they would have used for him tearing down the East Wing. But he just started doing it, boom, when he decided to start doing it. And
Right. And
they
he
hadn't
also
filed.
said, as first, when the ballroom project first came, he said that he wouldn't be touching the White House. It would be near the White
Yeah,
House, not
yeah,
with attached to the East Wing or the East Wing destroyed. He was said he wasn't touching the White House. It would be near it, which was
exactly.
total BS. You know, nobody makes my skin crawl as much as he does. I never did like him.
All right. I think 357 Beagle left. She had a haircut. So, well, she did have a question.
Military stuff, uniform, boots, and all was IA soldier or sailors in
A
previous
previous life.
was who? What?
Was 357 Beagle a soldier or sailor in a previous life? Um,
Oh, was she? Oh, was
yeah.
IA? Oh, yeah. I thought she meant IA involved.
Uh,
AI involved. I can't see right. So let me see. Let's see. Was she a soldier in her or he it whoever uh Bagel is
yeah.
getting a haircut?
357 Beagle.
I don't know if that's a she or he, but Bagel,
I
I don't
believe
know.
it's a
Let's see.
she if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, it was 357 Beagle, a soldier or sailor in a previous life.
I've gotten a couple of cards on that. Let's see.
Yes, I got a yes
I
from the pendulum.
My intuition is saying yes. Let's see what the cards say. Muse of Blade. Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah,
this is a Taurus type of temperament. It's normally a page. It was what a muse is. Um, so yes, I believe that she was young, a young soldier. Um, and then I also got the Three of Cups in reverse as well, which tells me that, being a soldier wasn't really a joy for you at that time in that life. It wasn't a joy. You weren't celebrating. You were, fighting basically for your life and for the lives of others. So, and then I got the King of Cups, which is a Cancer type of individual. However, you came out having more appreciation for the military than you did before you went in. You may have been drafted even, but you were young and you came out with more appreciation for soldiers and military than you did when you went in. And then I got the Eight of Cups, which uh, is learning how to walk away from the traumatic experiences that you had there, because it wasn't an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to shoot and kill someone who is going to shoot and kill you if you do not. So you learning how to walk away from the trauma of war was a wonderful, wonderful thing in that lifetime.
absolutely. And you know what I'm getting really strong is World War I.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
when
it
you were
was
in the
it was a
service, was in World War
draft.
One.
I feel like she was drafted though. I feel
Yeah,
like it was a
probably
draft.
so. That would have been in World War I, World War II, Vietnam. Those were all drafts. They didn't stop the draft until after Vietnam,
Yeah, it was after Vietnam.
and then they went with an all volunteer army. Yeah, she just left to get a haircut. So if anybody spots her in chat, tell them to tell her to go check it that we answered her question.
Yes,
If not, I'll
please.
probably see her tonight on the slumber party. Um,
I'll
but
try to
yeah,
come, but I don't know if I'll get
definitely
to
feels
her.
like World War I, which would have been the early 1900s. So that would work timeline wise because we don't always come back right away. Sometimes we kind of hang out up there with spirit for a little while.
Take some well-deserved time off.
Yeah,
From
it's like we got to kind of reinvigorate ourselves before we show back up to
or
do
she
duty
may have
again.
came back as something
Um,
else and then went back and
I've
then,
always felt like I was somebody in the military in a previous life.
I never did. I never
Um,
felt that way
I've had
about
people
me.
who've been in the military who have always told me you walk like a soldier, or you
Hmm.
stand like a soldier. It just because it's comfortable for me that way. Um, I probably don't walk that way as much anymore now because of my back and my spinal injuries. But back when I was younger, I tended to walk fast, and I tended to walk very straight. It was like I didn't sashay or swing my hips or anything like that. Um, it just wasn't my thing to do. So, Gina, is Gina still here? Hopefully, Gina's still here.
I think so. I think
A
she's still
federal
on.
prosecutor in California said Friday that authorities have launched investigations tied to the state's recent
Let's
election.
see. California said Friday the authorities.
Yeah, they the red hats are scared right now, especially those in the administration, those in Congress. They are terrified that what they thought they were going to be able to do to cheat their way to another win, and then to have blue states step up and be like, oh, well, you want to change your maps at the last minute? Guess what? We're going to do the same thing. Except the blue states did it in a legal sense. They put it on a special ballot and they had the people in their state vote for it. do you want us to do this or do you want us to not do this? And overwhelmingly in the states where they ran these ballots, the people said, yeah, we want you to do this because if they can finagle with the districts, then so can we. So, let's do it. And now you've got the red hatters who are petrified because they're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Blah, 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 blah. They're all freaking out about it. And so now they're going to even more extremes on how they can cheat. And to the point that
That's the only way they're going to win, in my opinion, is by
exactly.
cheating. And we don't even have a blue district in Tennessee anymore. There's not one.
Yeah, they've been re-gerrymandering the districts where they have quite literally eliminated any Democratic seats in their state. And so my state alone, we just got rid of one entire district that was predominantly black because that's the way the numbers worked out on the census reports and everything.
Split
And
it
so
up.
when they had the maps redrawn here after the census, this is what the results, this is what needs to be done. And the Red Hatters freaked out because, oh my God, we can't have two black districts in Louisiana. Are you crazy? Was their response. And because of that kind of response,
do you
a
guys
lot of
see
the blue
steam
states
coming out of my ears? I'm just like, what? I hate it. I hate it for Louisiana. I hate it for us here in Tennessee. I hate it for anybody who feels like your vote doesn't matter, because it does. It
yeah,
really does. Even if I still think we need to get receipts on how we voted. So therefore, they cannot
yeah.
change it. Yeah, fix it. And
Well,
the
and
cards I got, I got the lover's card first thing. So yes, they're going to love to be able to gerrymander or do whatever they want to do or try to do to mess with us, to rig the midterms. So
well,
yes,
it's
they're
the only
going
way
to.
they
They
can
would love
win.
to.
I mean, right
And then
now
we
you've
have
got
the completion, which is reversed. It's not going to work though. This is the
yeah,
world card, by the way. Um, and it's not going to work. I don't think that they realize how unpopular uh, the orange one, the current occupant of the White House, is at this time. I don't think that is quite sunk in. I think that they're shielding him from realizing how unpopular he is. And the whole world is boycotting the United States. They're boycotting the Kushners. They're in Albania, where Ivanka and Kushner is trying to buy this island. The people there are not having it, and it has underground bunkers because it was Germany, I think, occupied at the time. So it's not going to work. This is a major arcana as well. And then I got the Four of Blades, which is, give it a rest, guys. Give it a rest. Go ahead and give it a rest. This is the Four of Swords. And you got these two little owls up there that look tired. They look tired. Two little screech owls. And they're like, we got to stop screeching. I'm tired. We need
yeah,
to take a nap. So they need to give it a rest. They do need to give it a rest and realize, hey, we're not going to win this fight because the people have spoken. And then we got the Four of Cups reverse, which they may think they have a victory, but they do not. They do not have a victory. They'll be crying over spilled milk, I guess, because I got the Five of Pentacles here, which is left out in the cold. Look at the kitties playing, but they don't realize that this one's all left out. One little kitty is left out, and the other ones are playing. So it's like they're left out in the cold. Sorry about your luck. And then I got the Ace of Wands, which is, trying to come up with new ideas to screw things around. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Kind of where they are now. Right now, they're feeling pretty good. They're feeling a lot of cooperation. Talking about the Red Hatters,
Mm.
uh, because they're trying to pull this off. So they got a lot of their people who are out parroting the same talking points that the next Red Hatter's saying, and so this is them kind of pulling together and feeling like, yeah, we got this. We got all these people behind us. But then the
They're
next
trying to
step,
tell Trump that.
the Seven of Swords, the next step, and that just flat out says they have to steal it in order to win it. They can't win fairly. They have to cheat. And so that's part of their demeanor is to go in and steal that. And then with their obstacle, we get the Eight of Cups, which is
I got that
disappointment.
too. Walking away.
Exactly. They're walking away. They're just like, you've got a lot of red hatters right now who have been in Congress for a really long time, who just got beat out of their primaries because the current occupant decided that it was it would be better to get rid of the established Republican in that office and put in some wingnut that doesn't know what the hell they're doing or how our government works.
As
And
in
our
the head
on,
of intelligence.
yeah, I mean,
He's probably as bad as me on a computer,
our
but he's
very
going to
own
be head of intelligence.
Senator Cassidy, who's been a senator, and he is a medical doctor on top of it. Um, but Senator Cassidy, he's a Republican. Most things he agrees on with all the other Republicans, but there have been a few significant things that he has done that has really made a difference in the livelihood of people in Louisiana.
Get that mouse. Get that.
And
She just threw a mouse up here. Not a
and
real one.
so, uh, he's you've got a lot of red hatters that are very disappointed right now because they're feeling thrown under the bus, kicked in the teeth, whatever, because the current
He didn't
occupant
keep his promises.
them,
He
that
hasn't. He doesn't care about them.
no,
That's
that's
just
what
it.
we can't get
He
them to
doesn't care about
understand.
anybody. I don't even think he
Now,
cares about his own kids, to be honest.
their strengths and resources, I love this, is the Nine of Swords. And so the Nine of Swords is talking, all about anxiety, being worried about things. You can't sleep at night. You're having nightmares. You're, just anything and everything to prevent you from getting a good night's sleep because you've got so much crap on your chest that's not your crap to carry that you're not sleeping anymore. You're not being restful. And spirit is not going to let you be restful as long as you do things that undermine the will of God or the will of your God, your goddess, your whatever you worship. Fill in the blank. And then the last thing I get, the potential outcome. We get the Empress. And that's us because we're the ones that are going to have to birth this phenomenon to go on to be able to actually win it. And then once we do, it's going to start speaking in higher volumes than many of them realize. Simply because you can only suppress a people so far before you, you know, have to come to the realization that they are now with the upper hand.
Yep. And the people's words, I mean, that's what matter. It's us. It's us standing up for freedom, democracy, and republic, because everybody's like, we're not a democracy, we're a republic. It's a representation of republica, not republican, republic. There's a difference.
Yep.
I hate to tell them, but there's a difference. I can get on a soapbox right now and just spew it, stand on the corner and start talking.
Yeah. I mean, the few times I have conversations politically, at work, which isn't very often. Um, a lot of it is people don't really understand how our government functions and what is the purpose of that function. A government's function is to take care of its people. That's its first and foremost, I guess, call to duty is to take care of your people. Make sure they're fed, make sure they're homed, make sure they're clothed, make sure they're, they have medical care. Our country has always been remarkably difficult on those topics because they've got a screwed up idea of what socialism means. There
Absolutely.
are different
We're so
types
in
of
a socialist.
socialism. There are different types of socialism, and type A doesn't fit type F. You have to know which form you're working with, and to get them to understand that, on some days it's like beating your head against a brick wall. So I don't even entertain the idea anymore. It's like when someone starts to argue with something I've said, or whenever I've made a comment about, well, actually, that's not factual, they get all bent out of shape.
And
I'm
then
like,
they
go
start
Google it.
attacking you. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I just
What
simply
does
let them
that
say,
have
well,
to
go
do with
Google
me?
it. And, I mean, that's all I can do is tell them, go Google it and just see what the experts say
As my
that aren't
friend Judy
affiliated
says,
to our
that's
town, our
Googleable.
situation, our schools, whatever. And it's amazing how many people come back and say, oh, you were right. Because most of the people down here in the South are not stupid, fat slob bigots. Most of them are
Toothless
not like that.
idiots. No.
You've got a lot of them that are retired military. You've got a lot of them that have worked for government services all of their life, who have gone, come down here where it's warmer to settle down their later years. Um, there's quite a diversity in our state of the different cultures that revolve around one another, and yet we've always seemed to make it work.
And respectful of each other's culture. Just
Right,
because yours is not the same as mine doesn't mean that I shouldn't respect you and yours. You know,
exactly.
I mean, it's like, come on, just can't we just get along? I mean, jeez.
See, that's where we're both speaking from the same page because I don't like confrontations at
Well, I
all.
I
They
don't
make
like them,
me
and I try to avoid
physically
them, but
ill. If I get in comp, a fight with somebody, I physically get ill, get sick of my stomach. I
well, I
I
go
just
Detroit, I blank, and I end up going Detroit, and I see
um
red, and that's all I see, and I'm just,
yeah. I
I got my
mean,
dukes up, and I'm ready. Let's go. And I was on the debate team in Detroit, so I can debate.
well,
So
yeah, and
bring
everybody.
it.
I mean, I remember my senior year in high school. One of our mandatory classes was government. And that's
Ours
basically what the
too.
class was we learned how the government worked from
Right.
the lowest procedure all the way up to the highest procedure. We knew how it worked. And it's amazing how many people I know that grew up in the same area as me or in the same timeline as me have no clue of that lesson ever being taught.
Yep.
No.
It was in our schools, government and economics. And
And
you had to know how to balance your checkbook too. There was a class on that too, on teaching you how to balance your checkbook and how to,
cool.
write a check and all those type of things. And
Well, you'd
home
be amazed how
economics.
many young people don't know how to write a check.
Yep.
They
Yep.
have no clue.
I had to teach my daughter how to sign her name because aren't even teaching cursive in writing anymore in schools.
And I know
Cursive.
they teach them how to block print.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And I'm like, I got to teach you how to sign your name. So I was teaching her, and she learned, and she wrote her name on a piece of paper, and I have it tattooed on my leg. I would show it to you, but I
There
can't
you
get my
go.
leg up this high. So
My son has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 tattoos, 8 or
Wow.
9. He got most of them when he was in the Navy. Seemed to be
I've
their go-to
I've
for
got my
fun.
buffalo on my arm. I don't know if you guys can see
There
that.
you go.
My finely groomed buffalo.
He's
And
got
then
a phoenix and a dragon, one on each arm. He's
I've
got a
got a
Trinity cross on his chest, as well as something
it's got
else, and I can't remember what it is. Very first tattoo he got was a turtle that's on his back, because turtle is the Hawaiian symbol for family and family protector, and that was his dad's nickname, was Turtle.
uh, uh,
And we collect turtles. We've got turtles all over the house.
uh,
Um, Ceramic ones, plastic ones, glass ones, brass ones, you name it, we've got turtles. Um, and
mine
then
are
on the
fairy
other
with Holly's
shoulder,
name. I've got this wrist tattoo, and it has a star, and it says "You are my constant." And Holly has the same tattoo. It goes down her arm that
oh,
says
cool.
"You are my constant."
I have no tattoos, y'all.
Well, you better get one. Get a
No,
turtle.
ain't gonna happen.
She said, "Nope."
So he's got the Trinity cross. He's got something else on his chest. He's got a phoenix and a dragon on each upper arm. He's got a turtle on his back on the shoulder blade. And on the other side, he has something else, and I can't remember what it is. And then the whole of his back is this huge, intricately worked tree of life.
Oh, wow.
And
Beautiful.
it was done by the same tattoo artist. Y'all remember that TV show, Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, his tattoo guy was the one that did my son's back tattoo of the tree of
Oh,
life.
wow.
And then he's got what they call a tribal Jesus around one calf. And it's like a very simplistic graphic design of like the crown of thorns that wraps around his calf with 1 or 2 drops of red blood off of one of the thorns, and which is really cool. Uh, and that is the extent of his tattoos, because by that point he was out of the Navy and couldn't afford it anymore. So
I got, well, I've got a few. My husband doesn't have any, and somebody said that they stopped counting their husband's tattoos and they don't have any. Well, I have them, and Kevin doesn't have any. But Kevin was going to get a buffalo too, and we're going to put finely groomed buffalo, I call it. Um, anyway, because it has the red sash for the Buffalo Bills. But
yeah,
it,
we
anyways, I have music notes around one ankle, and there's a feather dancing on the music notes because Native Americans use feathers in their rituals. So, and music, drums and,
yeah.
flutes and things like that in their rituals. So I kind of thought that was cool symbolization. So I got that around my ankle, music notes and a feather.
I almost got a
That's
tattoo once, and I watched a friend I was with who went first. And the minute I saw blood, I was like, "Yep, nope, I'm out."
She said, I
Not
saw
for me.
blood. I'm out. They're addicting. Tattoos are addicting. It's
Yeah,
really crazy. And
everybody I
they're,
know
they're
that has
just,
one.
gotta
It's
get
like
another. Gotta get another.
it's like
You
Lay's
had it.
potato chips. You just can't have one. You gotta you gotta keep on going.
I
Um,
know. Till you run out of
okay,
space.
let's
They're
see. We got
expensive things.
2 questions left. We're at an
Okay.
hour and 19 minutes, so that's about right. Um,
Do you see anything
do
happening?
you know, yeah, anything happening to me for the next couple of months? Well, let's take a peek and see.
Um,
Anything happening in the next couple of months?
and who is this? Georgia Bill. In time, I have to say that time sometimes you can change your mind if you don't like what you see from our interpretation of these cards, you could change your mind, so you can change it. So if you don't
Yep.
like it, change how you're doing. So
Well, remember when we're reading on the energy in that moment. And because people have free will, they can change their mind. That energy can change with it. And that's just, there's nothing we can do about that.
I've got
We can only read on what we're
cards.
given.
Ooh, I see a raise. I see a raise in your future. I see
There
you
you go,
getting
girl.
some more. I see you getting some more money. You got that mama bear mentality.
Yeah,
You're
baby.
gonna go get it. And this is the 10 of stones. And stones are pentacles, and pentacles are money or creativity or time. So you go for it. Good. I see a raise in your future. And then I also see a little bit of scatteredness, which is that star mentality there. You got a lot of irons in the fire. So you need to make sure that you're tending to all those irons this for the next couple of months so that none of them really gets too burnt. Things on the back burner tend to get burnt. So make sure you're turning them off.
That's the truth.
That's what I got. Both majors too. Oh no, this first one wasn't a major. That was a minor. The 10 of swords. The other one was a major. That's the only two I got.
All right. Let's see. First thing we're starting out with, the Knight of Swords. It's the fastest moving card in the deck.
You need to take some swift action
Full charge. Full charge ahead. Something's coming up. Something's happening. You're going to have to make a quick decision and move quickly on it.
Yep.
But don't make, just because it's a swift decision, doesn't mean it's a reckless decision.
That's right.
Make sure
you've been thinking about it for a while, and now is time to take the action to get that raise.
And then June was talking about that raise. Well, you got the King of Pentacles. There's that raise again. So you got some money coming. Then you get the Ace of Cups. That's your cup is runneth over. That's love. That's abundance. That's friendship.
Feeling very good. Feeling very good.
Very, very, very good card.
Very good.
And then we get the 10 of Cups, which basically is happiness, family life.
You got 2 10s there.
Friendships, yeah, 2 10s, exactly.
You a 10, girl. Or boy. I think you're a girl. Okay. Oh, that's a cute little kitty cat. You got a cute little kitty cat.
Okay, the last card you got, and don't freak out about it, is the 10 of Swords. That just means that, as in all of our lives, sometime in the near future, you're going to feel like someone has stabbed you in the back. They're either going to tell a lie about you, they're going to try to demean you at work or in front of your family or in front of a boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's all based off of their inadequacies and their jealousies. And so even though you're looking at this for the end, just remember you've got this.
That's a third 10 she got. So they're to me, the 10 of swords is like kind of like the tower, only minor, kind of. So there may be some obstacles along the way, and that can include people who, like Sherry just said, are jealous or inadequate, that are throwing stumbling blocks in your path. But I believe that you are smart enough and intelligent enough to hop over that little obstacle. Not a problem for you.
Absolutely. All right. Last but not least, Sue Helen would like to know if her oldest brother was in her previous life. Yes. And I say that so quickly because as star beings, as light workers, when we're on the other side in divine source, we have our family units. Maybe a mother this time, a son next time, a husband the time after that, a wife, it doesn't lock it down into a gender or a person because you're just energy when you're on the other side. But from everything I have read on and been taught about is that on the when we're on the other side, we don't necessarily focus on the bad things someone did because
Or
everyone has
time.
that
You
second
don't
chance.
focus on time. There's no time.
Um, right. It's the time constraint that we don't focus on that. We don't focus on the negative when we're in that divine space. It's not possible.
Okay. I've got
And
a
so when it's your time to come back and be here, that is your time to come back and be here. Now, someone from your soul family may already be here or may arrive shortly after you. That is up to spirit if that happens and how it
or
happens.
they're the soul, their
And them
self.
is right. Because again, like I said, we all have free will. And
But I believe that the soul, your soul, everyone's soul, you're actually half of a soul. And I look at it like a sphere. You and your soul mate are a sphere when you're in the outer realm and you split into two. Now, attached to your sphere are other spheres all around it, and that's your soul family, as I call it, cousins, moms, dads, whatever. It's your soul family, and it spreads out like a big old beehive honeycomb. So you meet everyone in your lifetime who have been in previous lives with you when you're supposed to meet them. So, yes, I do believe your brother was. Now, this is June's opinion. It's not what the cards are saying, but this is my opinion and my belief. I do believe your brother was in your lives. He was been in multiple of your lives.
yeah,
Just like I believe Sherry and Eleanor and Gina and a lot of people I have met just through my YouTube channel. I met them when I was supposed to meet them. And I am
right.
thankful. I am thankful that I at least get to see what they look like. I at least get to hear their voice. I know that we're not in the same state or maybe not even in the same country, but I know that they were always a part of my life in every lifetime I've always lived. Every
Exactly. I
lifetime.
mean, I know that I have brothers and sisters of the heart, friends to last forever all around
Mhm.
the globe. 10 years ago, if somebody would have asked me, would you be friends with a neuro, how does she put it?
Neo-Nazi.
No, no, no. She's like one of these super brains, like a neurological researcher, uh, sometimes more on the esoteric side of things as per se the medical side of things. Um, and I just adore her. And it's like, how did I wind up becoming best buds with this woman? I never in a million years would I met somebody like that, And she's a university professor. She teaches this
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And we became friends because we both joined a book club that another person in the community decided, oh, let's see if we can have a book club and see what happens. And there's probably 30 of us that signed up, and about half of us stuck it out through the end. And and that's how I met Dr. Ann. We've been like sisters ever since. I mean, uh, there are so many people that I have met online from around the globe that I
Mhm.
never in a million years would have met sitting in my little
Otherwise.
place in Louisiana.
Well, I think that, like, again, it comes when you're supposed to have it. Like, I probably would have never met you had I not been trying to do this YouTube channel. I would
Yeah,
have never met half these people had I not. And I have been following people around the world. Like I've never been to Oregon, but I've been to Louisiana. I've been there. I might have run into you and didn't know it, you know, and I mean, I followed my husband, or he followed me everywhere I went because I'm older. So he followed me to different places, but we never knew each other until we were meant
Yeah.
to know each other. So yes,
Yeah.
and I pulled 3 cards on this. The first one being the Fool reversed, and that little skunk hanging upside down on a tree. But that means that yes, I mean he is like not falling off the cliff. He is paying attention, and yes, he was in your life before. And you also got the Queen of Cups, which is a Scorpio type of temperament. So I don't know if your oldest brother is a Scorpio or not, but he is probably very intuitive, and he already knows this. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he knows it. So
It's like the guys in my family. They're all very tuned in, and don't none of them
my
believe in it. None of them realize it. None of them accept it. And I'm like,
My
okay, fine.
husband is so like that. But he asked me to draw cards one time, and I was so right. And he just, he's like, draw a card,
My
draw a card.
husband did not believe in anything that even hinted in the land of the woo.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
first messages I got from him after he crossed over and I opened the door back up to see what was still there. And the first thing he said to me the first time he came to me was, I was so wrong. And it's like if anybody had known him when he was alive would know how important that statement was, because that was a man who never admitted to being wrong, hardly ever. It had to
Well,
be a
Kevin
major
is a
thing.
Sag, and
So
he didn't believe in it either until he asked me to pull that card. And when I said yes, he was so shocked that it really came to be. And I'm like, you gotta want it too. You can't just ask the cards and then not do what the
right,
work, to put in. But yeah, and this one is the 3 of Wands, which, your ship's in, your brother's there with you, or was anyway, and he is, yeah, he's going to be in your next lifetime too if you so choose to decide to come.
absolutely. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. We went just a little over an hour and a half. I'm getting muzzle spasms, which is why y'all see me doing the chair dance over here. I get them in my legs sometimes if I sit too long. I'll start getting spasms, and it's like I gotta work them out.
When I
Um,
stand up, I will probably be hurting. My knees are
and
bad, but
thank you, June, for being here with
thank
us
you.
today. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, moderators, especially. Oh my God, we could not do this without you. Trust me,
Nope,
we could not.
absolutely not.
Um, y'all are a lifeline. And if you're not a moderator and you've been with the channel for a while and you would like to become a moderator, email me and say something. And so I can go in and make you a mod. So that's kind of how that works. You just say the word, let me know, and we go from there. And I'm gonna have to get up, stand up, and start stretching my legs out because I'm
Yeah,
having
I'm gonna have to
massive
turn
muscle
Kevin.
spasms in my legs right now. So they hurt really bad, and the only way I can make them go away is to do stretches. Um, thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Gina, for putting that up
Thank
there.
you for joining us this afternoon. June and I will be getting back together sometime soon. Like I said, end of June, July, I'm going to be very out of pocket as compared to normal, simply because we'll be moving. And so I'm not sure when I will be on or off online.
It'll be a
I'm gonna
surprise, a mystery.
try to I'm gonna try to uh, stick to my regularly scheduled programs that are the same things every week, every other week, because that's only fair. I'm gonna try to stick with the stuff for my members because y'all paid for it. That's the least I can do is provide that service that you pay for,
Hey,
and it's
Jennifer.
greatly appreciated. And thank y'all again for joining us and for being here. Thank you, June. And
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And
you're
thank you for
welcome.
all your knowledge and your, help offering to help walk me through some things. Because
It's
Lord
I'm
knows,
no
uh,
computer whiz, but I know a few things that I've learned, and so I'm not afraid to share them.
yeah, I'm not afraid to share either. So,
There you
but
go.
anyway,
There you go.
I appreciate being on your channel, and hopefully one day you can be on mine.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely,
that would be
absolutely.
fun. And
Um,
I know I do a live normally at 3, and it is 2:48 right now. So I got to turn my Kevin and get
yeah,
myself. Um,
that's it. Yeah, I've got another show at 3 and then one at 5,
yeah, I
and then
got
the
one at
summer
3.
party
So
at 10.
I guess I need to get off here, and so do you.
That
So
makes both of us, yeah. So I can go walk off these cramps and get them to go away.
I hope they go away.
This-
Drink some
yeah,
electrolyte water.
usually it's restless leg syndrome, and it's because of the spinal injury and the nerve damage that I have in my back, and it'll flare up sometimes if I sit too long. And the next thing I know, it's like it's just massive spasms that happen up and
Mm.
down my legs, and it's really painful. Um, but I took my medicine, so now I'm waiting for it to kick in, and then I'll probably be a little bit better. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us.
And I'll be back on my channel in probably about as soon as I turn Kevin. So I may be a little bit later than normal, but as soon as I turn him, I'll be
She'll
back
be there.
on and walk those cramps off and drink some electrolyte water. That is the best thing you can do, because if you drink too much water, then you lose your potassium, and then
Yep,
that cramps you, and
yep,
it's like
exactly.
it's like a vicious circle. But
Exactly.
anyway, thank you so
All
much for
right,
having
y'all.
me.
Y'all have a great afternoon, and we'll both be back on this afternoon. So just hold tight.
Yep.
Okay.